what's up? It's Kyle here. Just finished watching Raw, going up there. Tonight I thought Raw was a good show, so I'm just going to get right to it. The show opened up with what I thought was a really good segment with CM Punk opening the show up. That crowd was hot for CM Punk. I mean, he had obviously the biggest pop to me of the entire show tonight. He had the biggest pop. And what I thought was a very good opening segment. Punk making some really strong statements that just really had the crowd, pumped up and excited, got me pumped up and excited. He's making strong points of saying how now that the WWE Championship is now in his hands, we don't have to worry anymore about it being a hot potato. No longer will the WWE Championship be tossed around like a hot potato. And how he said when he was a kid, he gave a story of how when he was a kid, now people would ask him, or when his teacher would ask the kids in class what they want to be as kids growing up. Punk said some would say they want to be, police officers and firemen. But when his teacher came to him, he said he wanted to be a professional wrestler. And he said, notice, I said professional wrestler, not sports entertainer. So I was kind of taken aback that he actually used that because, WWE's new policy thing now that they have is that you're not allowed to address the wrestler as a wrestler, but they're sports entertainers. And what they do is entertainment, not wrestling. So for Punk to kind of call that out and, have the freedom to say that, I thought was pretty awesome. And Punk also was saying another strong statement that I liked was that how he said he knows that whether people in the higher up corporate office like it or not, he is the new face of the WWE. And that crowd was just like on fire when he said that. It got me pumped up and excited, when he said that he's the new face of the WWE, and I hope WWE, sees this and realizes this. I mean, they have to because, legitimately, as of recently, Punk is number one in selling the most merchandise, knocking John Cena down at number two, selling the most merchandise. So, like I said, really good opening segment. It kind of got started to lose a little bit of its flair, not because of CM Punk, but once Johnny Ace came in and, just his presence kind of sucked some of the excitement a little bit out of the Punk segment. But Johnny Ace and Punk going back and forth a bit, and Johnny Ace scheduling a match for a rematch against Punk and Del Rio for next week for the championship, and scheduled a match for Punk and Dolph Ziggler to fight later that night. So the first match we get into is Alberto Del Rio versus Zack Ryder. This match was okay, didn't last long, it was nothing really that special. But ADR getting the victory over on Zack Ryder. After that, we got into another match with Sheamus and Jack Swagger. Now, I enjoyed this match a lot better than the match we had, than the match they had last week on the 3-hour Raw show. I enjoyed this match much better. This was good. Sheamus, being the monster that he's continuing to be, got the victory over on Jack Swagger. After that, I think we get into a 5 or 6 minute program with Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash talking about, how pretty much it should have been him and Triple H against Rock and Cena at last night's pay-per-view. But, it's funny how, when they started to click with him, Hall, and Triple H and Shawn Michaels, how he's the last one and is the last sole survivor standing out of the 4 members from the Click, and he just left there. Nothing really special, Nash coming out, and I think I can count on top of my head now. This is probably at least the second or third time that when Nash cutting a promo, he's been kind of choppy, kind of screwed up a little bit here and there. So this is the second or third time. I would think, someone of his level, being the veteran that he is and professional that he is, that, it's okay if you screw up maybe once because you hadn't gotten the swing of it, because you haven't been on the big stage in a long time. But, 2 or 3 times, it's like, okay. But anyway, after that, we get into, I guess it was considered the main event match, champion versus champion, Dolph Ziggler versus CM Punk. Excellent match, going nearly 25 to 30 minutes, pretty much. back and forth stuff with Dolph Ziggler and CM Punk. Just proving that these guys are the best wrestlers in that company. And not that they're the only two, because there's some other like real wrestlers in that company, like a Daniel Bryan and some other wrestlers I can mention. But and I might do a list on that of real wrestlers in WWE now. But Dolph Ziggler and CM Punk, Dolph Ziggler stepping up, going toe to toe with CM Punk, just phenomenal match. Best match of the night. Best match I've seen on Raw since the John Cena Rey Mysterio match for the title after the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And I thought that was a good match, and this was the best match I've seen since then. And that was like 3 months ago, so what does that tell you? So I thought it was a really good match, and, like I said, in my Survivor Series review, of how Dolph Ziggler steps it up each and every time. For WWE to get behind this kid and have him wrestle 2 matches at back-to-back pay-per-views, and then have him in a spot where he's wrestling, the world champion, the top guy, that says a lot, about Dolph Ziggler and his talent. And it's, like I said, no doubt in my mind, he's going to be a big, big breakout star. Has so much potential in Dolph Ziggler. So this was a great match, back and forth stuff. CM Punk ended up getting the GTS on Dolph Ziggler. There were a couple of spots where they kind of missed some stuff, but they got it right back together and everything. They didn't screw up enough where it dampened the whole match. They had 1 or 2 little mix-ups, but it was fine. It didn't stink the whole match. But Punk getting the victory over on Dolph Ziggler, and that crowd was just 100% behind Punk. We get into a little 2 or 3 minute squash match. Now this was before the Punk Ziggler match that I forgot to mention, and that was Cody Rhodes against Santino Marella. Cody Rhodes getting the victory over Santino Marella, and Cody Rhodes, after he squashed Santino for 2 minutes, he had a little word with Booker T and splashed water in his face. And if anyone who has read spoilers about 2.5 to 3 months ago, you would pretty much guess or figure now that Cody Rhodes was scheduled to work in a program with Booker T starting next month. So next month, Booker T is going to be getting back out in the ring and will be working a program for Cody Rhodes, and that's a good thing for Cody to come from, a really good rivalry he had with Randy Orton, and going to be working to a program with Booker T, a future legend. That's a big step up for Cody. And then after that, we get into another match with Wade Barrett versus Kofi Kingston. This match was good. It wasn't bad. It was a good match. Wade Barrett getting the victory over on Kofi Kingston, or Kofi Kingston, whatever. Kofi Kingston. And then the main event, well, not the main event, but the last segment was John Cena talking about The Rock and things of that sort. Nothing really spectacular special. Awesome Truth comes out, cuts a promo on John Cena, and John Cena cuts a promo back on them, which I thought was really funny. And then John Cena kind of plants seeds in both Miz and Truth's head to kind of have them bidding against each other, and it actually worked. And I was kind of afraid they were going to do this because honestly I like Truth and Miz together as a tag team. I think they work really well together, and but since John Cena planted those seeds in both their minds, our Truth and Miz had a few exchanging of words. From that, Truth punched Miz, and Miz was telling Truth, it's not, what are you doing? It's John Cena. He's trying to, pit us against each other. And it looked like, okay, they got all their anger or frustration out. They were going to go up the ramp to find John Cena. But then the Miz ends up turning on our Truth and gives him the Skull Crusher finale on the ramp. And it ends the show there with our Truth just laying down on the ramp. So, like I said, I guess after tonight it's pretty much official that Awesome Truth is no more, which is kind of sad because I really like those two guys together. But all in all, I thought tonight was a good Raw. Considering that it is Monday Night Raw, we got quite a few wrestling. We got a lot of wrestling matches tonight from Raw, which is something we don't get that often. But the matches that we did get were also great quality matches. I have to admit, you know, the Swagger and Sheamus match, the Ziggler and Punk match, the Barrett and Kofi Kingston match, and even the Zack Ryder and Alberto Del Rio match, which didn't last that long. They were still, you know, decent to okay to great matches. All these matches were, you know, really good. I had no complaints tonight from Raw. I really didn't. This is one Raw I had no complaints about. I thought it was a really good show tonight. You know, like I said, for it to be Monday Night Raw, we got a lot of good, solid, quality matches, and I just wish WWE can just keep doing this each and every Monday night, you know, where we get, you know, a good ample amount of time of wrestling, but yet you still get, you know, your storytelling, you know, to get your rivalries continue to go and, you know, to get from point A to point B, you know. So I hope they continue to do things in this formula in this way. We got a lot of less background or backstage segments, which I think also probably contribute a lot to a lot of the wrestling matches and time spent in the matches that we got. So I really appreciate that too. So yeah, this is it. Well, let me know what you guys thought tonight's Raw. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Didn't like it? I liked it. Give it. So let me know what you guys think about tonight's Raw. Comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, like the vid. And one thing I did notice too about tonight's Raw, they had more commercials than ever. Like they took more commercial breaks than I've ever seen on any Monday Night Raw that comes to memory. I don't know why. Maybe because they had long matches tonight, so that's why they took more commercial breaks than usual. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought of tonight's Raw. Peace out.